Hey folks, Landstryder here, and welcome back to another episode of Infinity Evolved Skyblock in Expert Mode. I'm here on the server. I think I'm actually, I might not be alone right now, but Esk is not around right at the moment. He might be back later. I did record a little bit with him earlier, and I'll put that in at the appropriate time. If I can hit the right button here. There we go, get my interface back going. But I thought I'd start out here on the little island that S started building, and what he's doing out here is he's getting magic biome by using these silver trees. I think he got those from going into the dream dimension and getting some saplings from there, and then bringing them back using the belt, the Tinker's Construct belt thing. He's been doing a little bit of bees. He's been I don't think a whole lot's gone on here. Well, we got rid of a good portion of our farm animals that we had around here because we were trying to get some other mobs to spawn. Particularly what he's looking for. The reason he even started all that out there is I think what he's trying to get is a coven witch to spawn. And I don't know if that's going to be possible or not, but that's his plan. And then the other reason we got rid of a bunch of the farm animals, I think we're down 2 cows, 2 pigs, 2 sheep, and we got rid of all the chickens because we're just tired of picking up eggs. We've got enough eggs that if we want chickens again, we can get them. And all that we got rid of all that so that we could potentially spawn some new critters and stuff. And that's what this thing is right here. He put this together to spawn some creatures, so I guess this is a good point to cut in that other footage from earlier when I was hanging out with Esk. And I'll be back in a moment, and we'll continue with what I want to do today.
Ready to do that or not?
Yes, sorry about that. I had to put my headphones on. You got to do a bunch of things when you're getting ready to record.
Yes. In the meantime.
Okay, so just throw all 5 of these things in there and then click on it?
Yep, just throw all 5 and just click on the circle. There you go. Oh, something happened. There you go.
I clicked it twice. I stopped it after I started.
Okay, you stopped it.
I was too impatient.
Pick it up. There you go.
Nice.
So that's the achievement we just got, and you should have received also the Mystic Branch trophy, right?
Yes, I did. I'm going to go put it in my trophy room.
There you go. Thank you. All right, so we got the Tombstone charge. Okay, and we're gonna use it in a while, but first, I want to get a dog, and I want to get a cat. Let me see, do we have any of those seeds again, or not? Yeah, we have a pasture seed, perfect. So, let's grab the Rod of the Lands, and I'm gonna do a little place in here. Like so.
Oh, dang it.
What happened?
The floating endo flames are too close to the mana pool, so when you throw saplings in it, the endo flames eat the saplings.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I was trying to get some birch saplings. I'm like, where are they going? Endo flames ate them.
Some water in here. There you go. That should make an infinite pool. Perfect. Oh man, I was having problems going out of your place. All right, so now raw fish with the gunpowder makes the ocelot bait. So let's put that bad boy over there as well.
Does your armor have the ability to turn off its step assist? That's one thing I like about my dark armor is I can turn my step assist off and on, and I can walk in and out all these places.
There you go. We have both base. No, I have step assist actually on my boots, but also on the Sojourner's sash.
Oh yeah, you're not gonna be able to toggle that off.
No, I don't. So we have to stay away from that, and we'll be back, I guess, when they spawn. Because I really need to go. I was about to leave, and we have a cat. Come check it out.
You better get out of there before it drowns.
Yeah, he better get out. Actually, I'm gonna.
Does it have
take
to be in the
my
water like
lasso.
that, or is that just where you put it?
No, it has to, because it's bugged right now. So I'm just gonna
Oh.
capture it with the lasso for now, and put it somewhere safe after. And yeah, because if I put that in there, as you can see, I tried to put it on the grass and it doesn't work. So you really need to put it on the water right now. In the new version of Escompressum, it's working, but in this version that 50 bits Infinity Evolved Skyblock has, it's not.
Okay. So they just need to wait for an update, but it still works more or less.
Yeah, it works, but they just spawn in the water right there. And normally you saw that one is actually a baby, but sometimes it can spawn even an adult. And we're getting butterfly. Look at that. Butterfly from the tree farm over there, and also from the bees right now.
All right, then. Let's get on with the rest of what I want to do today for the episode, which is basically just fill you in on a couple of minor changes, and then maybe start working on getting some more advanced tech. I got a little bit of everything today, I think. I started making a bunch of soul sand because I figured we are going to need lots and lots of nether quartz for things coming up. So I got our old auto sieve that's just the single. This one doesn't do the compressed. I haven't put nobody specific in it. But I got it out and set it up over here just so that whenever we want to sift something like soul sand or dirt or just something that we don't sift a lot of and then we're just going to do individuals of, those can go over there to that sieve. Now, one of the things I was thinking about doing is I have been thinking about moving this entire materials acquisition area, all this stuff, basically. Moving all of that someplace else. Now, the two options for that, and I want to get you guys' opinion. Two options for that. The first option would be down here in this area. And I would probably use up a good portion of this area because if I expand it, I'm going to do a much better... When I move it, I'm going to set it up much better so that we're acquiring all the materials from one area. So, like, even maybe set up something that we can make dirt and soul sand and auto sift that too. Basically, just to build up the materials. But I do want to keep material storage over here by the smeltery and everything else. What happened? Oh yeah, I was making a blade. We'll probably get into that in a minute. But yeah, the Ender IO thing over here is working really well. So if I put that in there, that should... It's now connected to this. It should be increasing this. No. It's not necessarily... Yeah, it's not necessarily... Maybe I got to give it priority or something. So it's not necessarily putting it back in a specific place. So it's not quite as... Well, I guess it's not... What I want to say, I guess it's not quite as smart as Applied Energistic System. So we're going to eventually want to go to Applied Energistic System. So that should be one of the things that I get set up. Oh, before that... Before I get sidetracked, I showed you one of the possible places for material acquisitions. The other possible place for material acquisitions was to basically redo the entire underside of this and make that material acquisitions area. I'd get rid of all these things and basically just completely redo underneath the water wheels and make that material acquisitions. So those are the two choices. Under the water wheel or in the basement under the brick building. Yeah. Speaking of brick building, I wanted to show you this because I don't know if I haven't pointed it out since I made the change. And Esk suggested it was to throw some of the chiseled bricks variants into the building, and I think it does kind of give it that nice old weathered look. Where some of the bricks are holding up better than others, etc. So yeah, I thought I'd mention that. And then let's while we're talking about changes and additions, we'll come back to what I was talking about with the Applied Energistics stuff. We'll come back to that. Let's continue with the changes that I've done, which are very minor. I added this whole big platform down here so that I could get underneath the factory and run piping and wiring and stuff like that. Because one of the other things we were talking about, changes-wise, is if I move material, well, when I move material acquisitions to a new location, I want to redo all the wiring in the machine layout and have all of the power conduits or whatever I decide, probably conduits, have all the power conduits and everything running underneath instead of having a lot of those wires. I'll probably still have a few wires just to keep that factory industrial look that I got going on up there right now. But I want to put a bunch of them down underneath there. It looks like Esk has just returned from, I think he went to pick up his kids. So he might join us on the channel here in a minute, maybe. But this is what I want to show you guys. I increased our lava production 8 times more than it was. We only had the 1 barrel up there. I only had the 1 barrel up there. And since I added the whole obsidian and glowstone and netherrack generation, it was burning through. It burned up all of our lava, and Esk needed some actual liquid lava for something. So this is still not backing up yet, but it will fairly quickly now that the lava production's up 8x. And what I used was fluid conduit, because that can handle the heat of the lava, and it only has to be the tier 1 fluid conduit. And then of course this is just transfer pipe bringing stone down from the cobble generator into the tops of all these. And I've actually only got 2 lava source blocks underneath all this. So for 2 lava source blocks, a few pieces of fluid conduit, you can heat up 8 crucibles, no problem, and get some lava production going. Probably could have put even more than that, but I think that'll do for now, especially since now that we're up to 8x lava production, our little thing over here, get on over here, this thing right here, I don't know if I showed this yet, where we're storing obsidian, netherrack, and endstone. And this is what produces the netherrack and endstone. This is what produces the obsidian. It's just going to continue to produce that. Once this actually fills up, and the node underneath fills up too of obsidian, then it'll stop pumping lava into this stone barrel. And then this barrel of lava will start to fill up finally again. It's probably going to take a little bit of time. I don't know what this holds. I think this drawer only holds 512, so we're actually getting close to the point where the obsidian's going to start backing up already. And I just did that earlier today. It's working out pretty good. Okay, let's talk about getting into the high-tech stuff. We really want to get into supply logistics. So before we get too deep into applied logistics, I know one thing that I'm going to need is some pure Certus quartz. Now, I'm obviously not going to have any pure Certus quartz, so I'm going to just grab a stack of Certus quartz. I'm going to throw that into the sag mill. Ooh, that's something else I want to show you guys. Good thing that I looked in there. We'll get into that in a little bit. I'll just keep that in my inventory. Hopefully that'll remind me later that I want to show you what that's for. So if you grind lapis, you can get this lapis dust. And I do believe this is something that NEI will not tell you. So you want to stick around and find out what that lapis dust is all about. Because NEI won't show you the recipe for the thing that I'm going to use that to craft. If I'm correct. So anyway, now that we got some Certus dust, actually I want a bunch of Certus dust. Because I might as well do a full stack. So I need half a stack of Certus dust to get a full stack of seeds. And that's just going to be combined with some sand. Actually, let's get a full stack of sand. And hopefully, now unfortunately the flint does not affect when it grinds it like this. You don't get any extra. Oh well. What do we need? I need 4 more to make my 32. That give me a full stack. When I combine it with the sand, a full stack of seeds, Certus seeds. You notice it does say this item will not despawn. That's super important. And then what I'm going to do, I've got a bucket. I need a bucket of water, actually. Bucket of water. And then I'm going to have to build a structure. Let's see here. Because I don't want to accidentally pick these things back up after I start it. And that's going to be hard because there's going to be times that I fly by with the ring of magnetization. So there's 2 things I'm going to do to prevent myself from accidentally picking the seeds back up, or Esk from walking by and picking the seeds back up. with a magnet. Well, actually, there's 2 ways I could do it. I could do it back here by this. Yeah, I want to do that instead. Okay, you see this thing right? This solenoia, that'll prevent things from being picked up. Now, what I want to do is I'm actually going to go make a hole in the ground. Ooh, yeah. Make a hole in the ground. Make sure my hover is on. And drop down through there. Okay, this is not gonna be as hard as I was thinking. So I'm gonna put the water there. And I'm going to throw these in that water. And then I'm going to put this cobble on top of there. What that's going to do is going to keep the Certus seeds from going anywhere. And then I probably should label that so that S knows what's in there. Now, the thing about these seeds is if you don't have... They will grow in the water. But they will be very, very slow. We're talking about like a full day of real time to grow those. I think it's gonna take a very long time if you don't have a crystal growth accelerator. ICC accelerator somewhere here. There it is. The crystal growth accelerator. The problem. Actually, I think I can make this, can't I? I could make a crystal growth accelerator. I think at this point, if that's the correct recipe. Glass cable. So, yeah, I totally could do that. But I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna. I thought for some reason that you couldn't make the accelerator until after you did some other things, but that's okay. I just need to make the course and stuff. But that's okay. They're gonna sit there and grow. I do need them for. If we look at the applied logistics stuff, I do absolutely need them to get started because the first thing you're going to want to make is an inscriber, and the inscriber does take the pure Certus quartz. That's where the hang-up is at. I'm also going to need these overclocked upgrades, which brings us back to what these lapis lazuli are for. This lapis dust is for. Now, I bet if you looked in the guide somewhere, it's probably going to mention this because NEI doesn't really tell you. Actually, I don't need that suit on. But I'm going to put it on just because I'm going in here. But what I want to do is I want to come into the canner. Oh, shoot. I need actual cans, not... I need universal fluid containers is what I think is what I need. Let me go put my regular armor back on. I can't stand moving slow. And we'll turn the reactor on. Man, I really hope that they do an update for this industrial information panels because it's really sad that it doesn't really do any good other than... It lights up when I turn the switch on. And unless I break and replace it every time I want to see the information. But anytime I go away from it, it loses the whatever. So it was like this. And then some glass. Glass panes, but yeah, we got glass panes. Alright, and then that's also going to give me the opportunity to show you this right here. This will allow you to learn the recipe. Now it can only learn, and in fact right here, it says I can store the current recipe. So if I wanted to store that, then now anytime I want to do one of these recipes, and I could only have 6 over here, I can just click it and it'll try to fill in the grid for me. So let me get that. And let's see if I can show you how that'll work now that I got a few more bits here. He's obviously using it, but now if I click universal thing, it fills it in, and we're good to go. Now I got a couple more. Actually, I need one more. I need one more to really show you this whole process, and hopefully I'm correct about it. Oop. Give me one more. Makes that very, very convenient to use. So there's always a few recipes that you just use more than other ones. So you can have it stored there. Now all you gotta do is walk up to it, click it, and it'll fill in the grid for you if you got the materials. And since I'm not actually going into the reactor, I'm not going to bother with the thing there. So now if I take the fuel rods out of there and I put the universal fluids in there, no. Oh, I got to change it from canning. Drain, no. Fill cell from tank. Fluid enriched. You want a fluid enrichment. So now I can put the universal things in there. And I'm going to put some lapis in there. And it's doing something. So what am I making here? In fact, actually, it's about to make it. So just universal fluid cell. Well, that's not what I thought it was going to give me. Oh, yeah. Universal fluid cell with coolant in it. What do I got? I got IC2 coolant. That's not what I wanted. Or is it what I wanted? Is that what I wanted? Now I'm confused. So what I'm trying to actually build is this guy right here. Does he speed up? No, that's not it. That's not it. It's got the same graphic though. Oh, it's an overclock. That's why. Overclock upgrade. Actually, this one's blue and the other one was... Okay, so these I need 10K coolant cells for. These 10K coolant cells is a coolant cell with tin plate around it. Coolant cell is IC2 coolant. Gives me a coolant cell. Universal fluid cell with coolant in it. Well, that's how I get the coolant. That's obviously how I get the coolant. But that's not what it's supposed to do. Why am I doing an empty cell? Oh, I need an empty cell, not a... Ah, okay. I put it in the wrong container. That's the problem. So what I need to do is I need to extrude some tin plates to get some cells. Okay, so I made the wrong thing. That's okay. Live and learn. I'm not too far off, though. There's how you get IC2 coolant for your 5x5 nuclear reactors, if you're wondering. So what I need is actually grab those. Oh, I already did all of this. So we're going to need to extrude. Good thing I got some more tin plates in here. Yeah, we'll just extrude a few. So that should give us like 3 cells, yes? We'll probably use this at some point later. Yeah, there gives us our empty cells. So now let's throw that in there. Let's take this over. Yeah. Let's take this over here. And try throwing empty cells in there. And this is going to do anything? Does not look like it. Huh. It's not doing anything with those. Oh, duh. I didn't have enough lapis in it. Let me try that again with an empty cell. Hey, there we go. You guys are probably laughing at me right now. They're like, you don't got enough lapis in there. Now, it takes 8 lapis dust to make 1 coolant if you're using regular water. If you use distilled water, you can get a lot more out of your lapis. But I'm not hurting for lapis. In fact, I think I'm actually avoiding lapis right now. So using up to 8 to make the coolant cells is really nothing. Really nothing to me. But yeah, don't mess with this stuff right now because I don't got my suit on. But I need a couple of these. And then I'm going to need a bunch of tin plates. Actually, I'm going to need a whole lot of tin plates. So let's grab a stack of tin. And I'm going to use this because it's a little faster. This is a little faster at making plates than the IC2 machine right now. Because I've never upgraded this one. I think if I put some upgrades in there, it would probably be able to be much faster than this one over here. So that's giving us tin plates. Now, I've got iron plates here. I noticed these iron plates, the immersive engineering iron plates, are not 100% compatible with the IC2 iron plates. So from that, and that's one of the reasons I want to speed this up, because I want to stop using this to make iron plates. Because these will not work for certain recipes. There's not very many recipes that won't accept both, but there are a few. Yeah, there we go. We got 20 of those. Let's throw those in there, and then I'm going to go trying to make my overclocker again. First, we need these guys. So there we go. Put the stuff right in there. We can get our 4 10K coolant cells. Throw them back in for the moment, because we're going to first need one of these. See, I don't have everything for that. So, do we have wire? We sure do. Do we have everything now? No? Doesn't seem to. What's it missing there? Iron plates? I think it's because it's trying to find the wrong iron plate, maybe. Well, that is odd. What are we missing? There's iron plates. There's redstone. There's our copper, insulated copper wire. Come on, go. Go. Wow, that seems to not want to cooperate with us. I think it's got to do with the iron plates. We're going to use these ones because they are compatible with this recipe. And there it goes. So, and this is something actually we do use quite a lot of, so I am going to store that one for sure. But I don't know why it wouldn't go in otherwise. So, if I do that, now if I click that, is it going to... There it goes. That time it worked for some reason. Maybe it just didn't realize that it had the copper wire yet. That could be. Well, anyway, there's our circuits. So all that for our overclocker right there. Oh, I'm going to need more of these. In fact, let me just make all that because we're going to use it. You're definitely going to need it. Let's try again. So I think this is one of the... Okay. Come on. There it goes. So... Sometimes it takes a moment for it to register that the things are in the chest, especially if you just put them back. But there we go. That gives us 2 overclockers. So now, I'm going to need these in a number of crafting recipes, I think. Or not the recipe, but the usages. So yeah, they're used in turtles, and the inscriber is the most important thing that I can think of right now. And they're using a bunch of other stuff. Or they're using a bunch of stuff that has to do with logistics pipes. Apparently. And whatever that is. Logistics EU power provider. Nice. And some of the advanced tools from IC2. But the main thing I needed those for was for the presses. And to actually overclock our metal former here. So now when we put yeah, well, you know what, we're gonna need more tin plates anyway, so let me throw... I don't want to extrude them, I actually want to roll them, and now when I put them in, you see it goes much faster there. Basically, what does it say? It says decreases processing time to 49, and that's because there's a stack of 2 of them. So with only 1, that's kind of nice that it shows you the total. So that decreases processing time to 7. So this doubles the production, but raises our energy like almost 3 times. But that's okay. We got the reactor on right now, so it can easily handle it. And I can put more of these up. I can put more of these in here and keep decreasing that time, but it's diminishing returns basically. So next time I add it, it's not going to give me like full 30% off. It's going to give me like 30% off of what currently is left in the processing time. Okay, so that was the whole thing about the lapis dust and all that stuff that we needed to do for getting ready to get in some high tech stuff. Basically, getting ready for high tech. But we've gone way long on this episode, guys. Way long. I hope I can edit it down to something reasonable, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. As much as I'm enjoying making them, be sure and leave a like, comment, thumbs up, all that fun stuff. And until next time, I will catch you later.